Hey folks, welcome to my little stream video. People have been asking me how I managed to get so many Project Spark credits without having paid any money. I mean, the real trick is just to do this every day. There are daily challenges, of which there are 9, and 2 of them, I mean, unless you're releasing levels, you can't really expect to get, like these 25 upvotes. Nope, not going to happen. 150 downloads, not going to happen unless you've released a level. However, you can do all the rest basically normally. Play user-generated content for 10 minutes. What I tend to do is just before I'm ready to start doing the Project Spark grind, I will load Project Spark. I will go into a user-generated content level just from the front page, leave it there for 10 minutes. Actually, I normally leave it there for 15 minutes because then my controller turns off and it asks me who I want to log in as, and only then do I seem to get my daily login bonus thing. So simply logging in doesn't seem to do it anymore. So you need to do the daily login thing by letting your... This is the only way that I can guarantee seems to work for me every time, is letting your controller die. So 15-minute, I mean, you could probably turn your controller off and turn it on. I haven't tried that, but yeah, I leave user-generated content open for 10 minutes. An extra 5 minutes later, the controller dies, and you simply turn your controller on, choose yourself, choose your account, and it will count as the daily login. So let's have a look at today's daily challenges that I've got left. Add Goblin Fighter to a level. That's easy. Sculpt terrain for a minute. Make a melee enemy. And then we've got crossroad stuff. So for example, defeat the Goblin King and get 50 crossroad coins. That one has got slightly more difficult, but I'll explain that when I go in there. Let's focus currently on the Brain Puzzle, Sculptor, and the Goblin Fighter. So let's just have a think. Melee enemy. Okay, we can probably do that. And then, so Goblin Fighter and Sculptor, let's start with those. So what I tend to do is I go into Create, obviously. I have like the level I'm actually working on to release is called Resident Spark. I'm trying to do like a Resident Evil style game in Project Spark. But I have a test level that I just use as a kind of waste, which basically means that I can do all the pointless crap that you don't want to pollute your other levels with. For example, there are some times where it's like, add 50 decorations, and you can either work on your level, and if you're doing that, that's great, you can be working on your level. But if you don't have the time to work on your own projects, good morning. If you don't have the time to do that, then the cheating way is to go into a test level and do something like this, where you would just add 50 items like that. That is basically how I would do that kind of challenge. Today, what was it? I wrote them down as well, just so I wouldn't have to keep flicking back. Oh, that's a lovely sound. Goblin Fighter. I need to add 5 Goblin Fighters. So we're going to prop mode, push up, and it will load these things. Go into assemblies, which is this one. And pretty much every day, there will be something where you have to add 5 of an assembly. And it's enemy Goblin Fighter, I reckon. Hey Jarlap, how are you doing? So yes, Goblin Fighter, you go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and it should pop up top right. There we go, done that. And they've increased the amount of credits that you get for each of these. It used to be 100, now it's 150, so that's great. What I've also tended to do is buy the packs. If you can see, I've got 14,900 credits. I tend to buy the packs that are going to give me the most chance to get more cash. So for example, if we go to Marketplace, which I'll do afterwards actually, you'll be able to see the kind of ones that that give you more options. Like there are some that are give you different items and enemies to put in. Like for example, I bought the zombie pack because quite often you'll get the challenge, which is add a certain zombie type. Like you just saw, we had goblin ones there. Sometimes it'll be, oh, add the zombie ones. So by buying the pack, you can then complete those challenges and then get more credits for that. This is an interesting thing, isn't it? This is Cubify. This is basically it's a form of sculpting, so it still counts as your one minute of sculpting, but it also adds to your overall goals of various other things which just keep stacking up. And some of them are like make terrain, some of them are doing painting, but one of them is use Cubify for like a certain amount of time. So this will add towards that, and I'm basically trying to double up on everything I do to try and make it more worthwhile. What is this? Are you asking about the game? The game is called Project Spark. It's a kind of make your own video game-ish level-y thing. Pretty cool. It's a great system. It's free to play on PC if you're on Windows 8 or on the Xbox One. The way that they're going to earn their money is through the microtransactions, and this video is obviously about that you can earn the credits that you can use to buy stuff instead of putting real money in. You can earn those credits by doing the daily challenges and things like that. And so I'm basically running through some of the quickest ways to do that today. I'm really hoping this is work. It used to work that you could use... Oh, saving game. It used to work that you could use Cubify as a way of sculpting. And that used to add to your other things as well, so fingers crossed. It's not going to work, is it? Oh no, I'm really nervous now. And if you want to, by the way, you can remove the cubes. Right trigger adds the cubes, left trigger turns it back to what it was pre-cube. Let's just have a quick look and see if it is actually going up, because if not, I don't want to waste the time. This was... Oh, there you go, it has worked. Good, so that does work. Phew, sculptor, done. The only thing left to do in this is the brain puzzle, melee enemy. Now, some of these are a bit buggy, but I think we can get this working. So, a true enemy detects their enemy and comes at them ready to strike. Okay, well, let's put a new monster in. I mean, let's put one of these in on the top of one of my cubes. So he's in there. Now we've got to edit the code. Now the code, if you haven't seen Project Spark before, there are these code tiles, and they're a lot simpler than it looks to start with. But basically this is how you work out what everything in the world does, what your player does, how to control your player, what the camera does, everything, basically. So for example, we can see here, right at the start, once team equals team 2. So you're saying this character, because it doesn't have to be an enemy, this character immediately goes on to team number 2, and the player is normally in team number 1. And when there is an enemy that is the nearest object, or the player, which is a neutral, which is the nearest object, do the following. My enemy is equal to whatever it's just seen. When the distance to my enemy is less than 20, I think it's about 20 meters, and the distance to my enemy is greater than 2, so if it's in between 20 meters and 2 meters, then, because this is indented, it will do what it said before, then move towards my enemy. Nice and easy. And then if the distance to my enemy is less than 2, then attack. Brilliant. So what we'll do is we'll basically get rid of all this code, and we'll turn it into a new melee enemy. So what should we say? We should say do. So moves towards his enemy. So movement, move. Now let's see what the modifiers are. Move toward. It's got to be toward, surely. And then might be in the next teams, maybe. Enemies. Coding is so complicated, but I mean, look at this. Basically, it says when. So like always, because I've got nothing in there. Do the following. Move towards enemies. Like that's pretty good, right? Let's have a look. Is there anything else we need for that? I was thinking there might be like a distancey thing. Let's just leave that for now. And then when objects, maybe. Oh, no, not all objects. What should we do? Let's go back out there. What have we got here? Maybe it's enemies? Surely like it or something. I'm working this out as same as everyone else. So that's kind of the point. Items, surely it'd be like objects. Oh, it is in objects. Hang on. what's interactions? That's cool. Attachment items, champions, objects. When? When detect, right, so when you detect, it's definitely going to be a detect. Then enemy maybe, which would be in teams. So when you detect enemies, do combat attack. I mean, maybe that should do it. So I'm going to move towards enemies. There's got to be something else, like a value or something. Ah, probably the nearest object. How about that? Move towards the enemy, the nearest enemy. When you detect the enemy, attack. I don't know if that's going to work. It might not. Oh, it did work. Brilliant. That is the way to do the melee enemy challenge. Is that so? Oh, that was weird. When you move, so yeah, always move towards the nearest object, the enemy that is the nearest object. When you detect enemies, attack. It's very simple. Lovely. So we've done that. We can now get out of this. We don't need to save, but I think it might automatically save. Like I said, worth doing it using a test level, mainly because otherwise you'll pollute the other stuff that you're doing. I'll just have a quick look in Marketplace. When you're deciding what to buy first, because I mean ultimately we're all thinking, you know, we might as well buy them all eventually. It's useful to search. Don't bother getting Spark Premium unless, I mean, I just wouldn't bother. You've got to do literally everything to make it worthwhile. Right, so the things I haven't bought yet would be Village Festival. Stuff like this are individual items, and they're not going to help you get more credits. We can do those in the end. So we've got Village Festival, Avalon the Druid, and Haunted Cornfield, and Keys to the Castle. So let's have a look at that. Village Festival, if we look at that, you can see there, on the left-hand side, big text at the bottom of it, it says Play. Play Crossroads, experience the all-new Village Festival Town Square. So essentially, by buying this, what does this affect? It affects your Crossroads game, which we'll get onto in a minute, and it lets you put a town square in the middle. Now, I've never seen that be one of the daily challenges, so I'm not going to worry about this yet. Lets you make fireworks, great, gives you more props. None of that looks to me like it's going to be giving us extra credits, so we're not going to look at that. Avalon the Druid, let's have a look at that one. Crossroads, okay, so you can play as the Druid champion Avalon, great. Again, your choice of champion doesn't seem to affect anything. So I would say let's not get that one either, which leaves Keys to the Castle. Lots of good stuff. Fight for your life in the final Crossroad battle in a sprawling castle setting. Okay, so you can buy a Crossroad battle and a tower in the Crossroads village. Again, I don't think either of them ever do anything like that. So the final one would be Crossroads battle, the all-new Scarecrow boss. Right. Now there is sometimes a daily challenge that is for a Scarecrow boss, and there is sometimes a daily challenge that is use the Lost Farmer side quest. So the next content I will probably buy will be this. I have enough credits for it, but I'm just not going to buy it yet, just in case. So yeah, that is basically the way that I would choose what to buy next. So I've done things like the zombie. I've done. I bought things like the biomes for desert and Arctic, just because I thought that it would be cool, because I was getting a bit bored of the nature forest setting. But if you are thinking about the quickest way to unlock everything, don't bother. Right, so now Crossroads. Crossroads can take some time, or you can do it really quickly. Now the old way I used to do this was to do hills, put the water height up so that you got a lot of water, so that there would be a lot of bridges that were built. Because on bridges, they used to have a coin like every few steps. So the quickest way to earn 50 coins was to do that. Now, it's kind of irrelevant. Because they don't put coins now on bridges. It's the way they've changed it in a patch. So it doesn't matter what you choose. Whatever the first one is. Canyon, fine. Arctic, fine. Doesn't really matter. Let's just get straight into it as quickly as we can. Whatever, doesn't matter about the hour of day. Let's move on. Again, this is so that you don't have to spend so long doing everything every day. It loads, it loads, it loads. And it creates a level. Push a button to skip. Brilliant, done. Okay, great. Adventure's the only one you can choose at the moment. Just put it wherever it is, it'll put it in a corner, that's generally pretty good. Great, done. It's building it. Lovely. It doesn't matter what your first choice is, village well, fine. Now this is where it might get interesting. I used to use Karlsner a lot because he has a physical attack which can attack multiple enemies at once. Now I'm kind of favouring Scarlet. Because Scarlet is a ranged attacker, and if you charge up her attack, it only takes 2 attacks to kill most enemies. Right, so let's just run forward here. Sometimes you will have a challenge which is very bugged at the moment, which is kill a certain number of goblins or kill a certain number of bandits. And at that point you'll be like, oh, I have to choose the right one of these. You can push X to shuffle choices. And you'll have to make sure you pick the right one. This one, I believe, is just 50 coins and kill the Goblin King. So let's choose zombies just because I haven't actually used zombies yet. They're going to come in. Wonderful. Skip. They're going to attack my town centre. Skip. Right, hold down X. Let go. Okay. Right, I did not know they did that. That's annoying. Hold down X. Hopefully a couple of hits. We'll take them all out. And each one gives us a coin. So taking out zombies now gives us coins. They did before. But this is one of the main ways to get coins, unfortunately. Okay, this one irrelevant, doesn't matter what you pick, magic apple, fine. Right, now, if you're doing a side quest, it doesn't matter where you put this, so put it in the opposite corner. Or it doesn't matter what you choose either. Right, now if you're doing a side quest, you want to make sure you go over one of those question marks. If your challenge is do this specific side quest, and then you might as well, try not to go too much around and about, because there is a limit to how much content you can put in each level. So the longer it is, the more random content things will pop up. So what we want, if you're doing a side quest, is to make sure that you can activate the side quest. If you've got too much other content, you can't do that. So what we're doing though, we're making a long path because we're trying to get coins. Now there is one thing that if we find, if it randomly puts it in the level, then it will make our job very, very easy. If it doesn't, then at least we've made it long, and hopefully there'll be a lot more enemies for us to kill, and therefore 50 coins will get through that. Great, so we've done that. What we're looking for, hopefully, is to find the wishing well. If we've got the wishing well in the level, this becomes a piece of piss. Skip this, wonderful. Now another easy way to get lots of coins straight away is to build a windmill in your village straight away. Right, build the windmill. Done. Now you could look around and talk to him and all this kind of stuff. He's basically, let's restart the windmill. So the first panel to hit A. These little things here, the read note, that will show us what we're supposed to do. So up, down, up for control panel 1, blah blah blah. That's how I knew. Just activate the first left panel on that. The other two, the quick way, it's always the same. If you flip 1 and 3, and you do it on the one on the other side as well, 1 and 3, that will start the windmill. Yay, and he will give us 10 coins. That's a nice easy start, isn't it? That should take us up to 13. If you're still concerned and you have space in your level, because maybe it won't let us build anything else, another way of doing it is, where are we? Skip. Tavern. Tavern gives you a few as well. So if we're on 13 at the moment, we can go here. A couple of the tables have some coins on. So we'll pick up them. Lovely, and I think there might be someone around this side as well. Lovely, I didn't mean to click that person, doesn't really matter. Skip through that. So we've got 22 coins already and we haven't even left our village. That's a nice, quick and easy way of doing it. Oh, hello, zombie. I won't choose zombies again. Right, so if we can find... I probably should have been looking while it was building. If we can find a wishing well, then you can go there, and I found that if you throw in 10 coins, it will always grant your wish. And then if you just say your wish is great wealth, you will have 50 coins just like that. What's this? I've not seen this before. Don't open. Dead inside. Oh, is that for zombies? Oh. What's happened there? What is this? I've not actually seen this before. Okay. So, we've got some zombies. This is good. Each one, and bear in mind if you just hold down X until you get the charged up shot, each one gives us a coin. Nice and quick. In this it really doesn't matter if you die, and there used to be a bug that if you died, you'd lose all your coins, and then you could pick them up again, and that counted as extra coins. You didn't lose any in terms of the kind of counter. So if I died now and I lost 22 coins, I could pick them straight up again, and I'd have my 50 coins. Now, I don't think it works. So, annoying, but worth knowing, just in case that happens and you go, wow, I've only got 28 coins, how come it popped for me? But yeah, like I said, if you've got the... Ooh, oh, don't disappear. That's not fun. If you've got the wishing well, and you put in 10 coins, I'm just looking around for it at the moment, I think I'm going to be okay, but I can always come back. Yeah, you put in 10 coins, ask for massive wealth, and you will be absolutely fine. That will take you up to about 70 or something, I think, by the end. I can't see any wishing well here. Probably should have looked, like I said, when I was going round. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to run to the end. Just to save time. More dead things. Now if you're running through it and you haven't made a massive path, it's worth knowing the end boss normally gives you 10 coins. And every guard that you put in here, you see you can change the number of guards, gives you an extra coin. Useful. So if I put all the guards in, I should be able to get quite a few quite a few bonus coins just from fighting this fight. And if you don't have a wishing well, this is quite often a good way to do it. So we'll do our little technique. Double, holding down X, try not to get killed. I've got a coin already. I don't think coins disappear, so there's no rush to collect them. And again, if you lose all your health, you don't die. You just... Oh, is it me? Are they dying really quickly? This is good. Yeah, you just respawn and have to pick up your coins again. But that's fine. It doesn't affect this challenge. Right, okay, so one of the daily challenges was kill the Goblin King, which is this guy, Goblin Chieftain, King Var.
You know when they say there'll be a test? Here it is.
That didn't really work very well, did it? So now each attack takes off 10, or if you hold it down for a few seconds, you take off 65. So well worth holding down X. Charge it up for speed. If you don't have a boss to kill, but you want the coins, a good one to do is the Goblin Egg Guardian, because he only has 3 hit points, and all you have to do is you have to hit the eggs on the outside. Good, there's our Goblin King, wonderful. You have to hit the eggs on the outside, which makes him vulnerable, and then you just hit him once, and then you do it again, and one more time, and then he dies. So it's quite a quick boss. If you're using Karlsner, it's quite good to use the rabid squirrels, because you can just hit them all with one swing, which is wonderful, because there's a kind of big health hit point thing which goes down each one you hit. So as you can see, I've got 47 coins. I just need 3 more. 2 more now. There are enough random things around that I shouldn't have a problem. Don't know what this is. Let's activate it. It'll probably spawn one. Any random thing in the countryside, as it were, will give you a load of enemies normally. Okay. Right, that should be 50. We can run back now. There you go. 50 coins. Crossroads. You can just quit now. There's no incentive to go to the end unless you particularly want to save your level. But as you can see, those are our daily challenges done. Obviously, the downloads and the upvotes you can only do if you've uploaded a level. That's pretty good. You can see on the top right your Spark level. Mine's 26. I've got 56,183 points. All I need now is, 300 points, and then I'll up the level, which gives you a whole load more credits as well. That's always useful. And if you want to do that quickly, you can look in milestones and see, right, I mean, use biomes for 10 minutes. You could go into a level and go, okay, I've got 48% of this done. So if I do, say, 5 more minutes of that, just moving around, adding a biome to it, that will do. Again, this one, well, I'm about an hour away with painting. Sculpting, I'm about an hour away with that, but everything I did today with sculpting adds to that. That's a lot of props to add, but it'll all add up, blah, blah, blah. That's a lot of stuff. Right, movement properties. I'm on tier 4 of that. That's really, really easy to do. Movement properties, combat properties, brain properties, physics properties. Okay, you could add 100 sounds to your world. That's quite quick. Adjust sound properties. Actually, let's do sound properties. That's probably quite a good one. And yeah, all this stuff. Yeah. It's all good. Every boss you defeat in Crossroads adds towards this as well, so it's worth killing the boss even if you don't need to. And every choice you make, so never let the computer make the choice for you. Make the choices for yourselves, because they all add up to this tier of levels as well, and all the coins add up as well. That's nice. Place lights. Put paths in. That's quite cool. Erode for 5 minutes. Woodlands biome for 5 minutes. Let's do that. Look, we're nearly there. Subtract terrain, desert biome, roughen, smooth. We haven't really done roughen at all then. Or tunnel, but you can see Cubify was all adding to that today. That's what I was doing that for. So what we'll do is we'll do woodlands biome for 5 minutes to earn a bit more. And then I'll show you how to do things like the sound properties and the physics properties and movement properties and combat properties, because they're really, really easy and quick. Obviously you will probably unlock these things yourself if you are making levels, but in terms of unlocking credits quickly, this is how to do it, because by the looks of things they're going to keep putting more content out. So if you keep doing these, the easy ones at least, will take you no time at all. So let's go back into our test level. What was it? Nature biome, wasn't it? Forest biome. So yeah, this was just a quick little stream to create a little video so that you could see the way that I tend to do these things. Right, so I've activated the nature biome. All I have to do is go over things, paint, and this should be doing it, but I'm not really sure now. I'm going to go a bit further in here. We can see this is not done, so let's go in here. Right, yeah, you go, painting that in, and that will just unlock as soon as we've done whatever it was, 5 minutes of it, and we're 96% of it, so yeah, we're only about 15 seconds away. And that will just give us a few more credits. Love it. Come on. It's probably unlocked now, but there's a moment where it's like, just let me work out what I've done. There you go. Woodlands biome a lot. Done, that was nice. You might notice these trees are a weird colour, some of them are. That's because I've used the trees from a nature biome to edit the effects. So if you go over here, and you can go to edit there, so then you push A once you hold the left button and then you hit A. Right, you can see here, brain properties, swap mesh, all this stuff. Go to properties, appearance, and you can literally go right down, right down, right down, right down, right down. And every time you do that, just move it slightly, affects the properties. That's an extra 1 on your list. Right, appearance, movement, right, right, right. Go to jump, right, 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 right. You can see they're just moving. How quickly can you do this? Very quickly. And every single one of those that you change adds 1 to the numbers. Right, that's just movement. Combat. Okay. Combat for a tree. Not necessary, but you know, good to be able to change all these things, and it's a really quick and easy way. Can't get that one. Oh, there we go. quick and easy way of making a lot of changes. It's also quite nice to see what all these features are as well. Sound, max fade distance, turn that down, powered off, powered on. Physics properties. I mean, some quite cool stuff. Shows you what you can actually do with your things. So that will have added a lot to our numbers. It might not have unlocked anything yet, but every time you do that, adds to your milestones. So let's have a look. Yeah, that added to the appearance properties. Lovely. It was only about 100 times to get up to tier 4, so not a lot at all, and that's good for getting your XP up, which gives you a lot more once you reach the next level. Combat properties, lovely. Movement properties, brain tiles, physics, brain, sound properties. So you like sound properties there. It said 50 times, so what's that left? I mean, that's what brain work, 15, 19, so I only need to do that 31 more times. Maybe I'll try and do it 31 more times. I'll just have a look on another one. Properties, sound properties. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, well, you can just click it as well, but you can. So that's, well, that's 10-ish. Oh, I went into the brain, didn't mean to do that. And again, I wouldn't do this on your normal level. If I were you, I'd create a test level to basically waste your time on. And it will get too full soon, so you have to delete it and start a new one, but it's no big deal. It's just, especially for the daily challenges, it's really useful. This will probably do it after this. Has it done it? So let's go into it and see how close we are. Yes, the one final little tip is if your daily challenge is not 50 Crossroad coins, it can alternate between that and kill 25 bandits or 25 goblins. If you're doing that, that is very, very buggy. It doesn't always work. What I would recommend is you use Scarlet, and you use her charged up shot, because that does generally register when you kill people. There was another like champion thing that I killed so many of them with, and it didn't register any of them. But I know that it works with Scarlet, so I would just say use her for that. Where's the sound? Sound check. Oh look, we're on 86%. See, I think it's slightly buggy because we've done more than that, but nah. So yeah, it should be 7 more times we change sound properties. That does it, but we'll see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I mean, that should have done it. Maybe if I did it slowly. Might need another one. So it's slightly off, as you can see. A little bit buggy. Come on, that's got to do it, surely. There we go. Okay, so we're nearly there as well with the next level of Spark. But that will do for now. Oh, what was the other thing I was going to show you? Yeah, some of them really don't work at all. Like, bear in mind, this is still beta. Oh, I think it's goals. Some of them, like you can see all these ones. Great, great, great. And then it's like, where is it? You defeated your first bandit rogue. Definitely defeated that. Complete your first Crossroad side quest. Definitely done that. Collect your first coin. Definitely done that. So some of them don't work properly. Rate your first community world. Definitely done that. Yeah, some of them don't work, but the majority of them are fine. So there you go. That is basically my little trick my tips on how to do daily challenges. You don't have to go into all these different properties for the daily challenges, and all the rest they can be done at any time. But the daily ones I would recommend you try and do, even if you can only turn on your Xbox One, go into a user-generated content level, leave it there for 15 minutes, log back in, and you'll instantly have 300 credits without doing anything. Do it while you're having breakfast if you've got no time. Very, very useful. And all the rest are relatively easy. The coins one, obviously, the trick to getting that is probably use the windmill, do the tavern, and if you are lucky enough to get the wishing well, put 10 coins into that and ask for massive wealth, and you'll have done the 50 challenge. There you go. I'm going to end the broadcast here, and I hope that's been of some use to you. I may do some streaming later, for some Watch Dogs perhaps, but until then, peace. Catch you later. Thank you.